there I had a gathering in this yoga studio called Om Ananda. So what I did, I didn't know anyone in that town, so I brought my harmonium and I went to the center of town and sat on the corner of a street. And I started playing the harmonium and singing to everyone who passed by. And that weekend happened to be a huge festival. Like many, many bands were coming in, thousands and thousands of people were coming into town to go to this music festival. And I sat there and just played, And people walked by, and for 3 days I sang and sang and sang. And by the time the day of the gathering, my throat went hoarse. No! My throat shot. And of course this is like the main attraction. Good boy, you are the main attraction. so then, funny thing was, 2 people came to that gathering. One was the assistant to the yoga studio owner, and one was a girl who really didn't know much about yoga at all. The assistant to the yoga studio owner, he knew way more than I did. So when I was doing the gathering, and the girl would pipe up and she said, "Oh, I have a question about that philosophy, yogic philosophy." And then I would start to answer for maybe like a minute, and then he interrupted and says, "Oh, I can help you with that. Let me answer her." And so then he would spend 5 minutes answering her question. And the whole thing went like that. Could you imagine? I mean, it was tough. And then after I left, after we were all done, she left early, and so it was just me and him. And then finally, we went out, and we went out to this park, and that's where they were having the huge music festival, and thousands of people had gathered in that park, and they were all drinking, beer and all kinds of stuff. They were having fun, and I walked through this sea of people back to my van. It's called Persistence, if you remember, which was parked at a park, kind of like this park, the one.
Yeah, Lester Park.
Well, yeah, that park where I was parked, and I got in my van and I slept that night by the park, and that's where I, took showers in the park and all that.
Yeah.
So that was tough. That was probably my toughest moment of all my travels, because the thing was, it was like the contrast, right? Just 2 people, and right outside my door, thousands of people enjoy themselves and drinking beer. And so I was really, really sad, so lonely. That was toward the beginning of my journey. But then I said to myself, I'm not going to stop my quest. Nothing will stop me. I don't care if no one comes to my gathering. I will continue to spread this energy. And I've been traveling since then.